Chapter 5 The Fox and the Cat. Lucky Pinocchio waved goodbye to his puppet friends and skipped off down the road. He was dreaming of what Geppetto could buy with the gold coins when he bumped into a fox and a cat. They were a sorry sight. The fox was lame and had to lean on the cat. The cat was blind and had to lead by the fox. "What are you smiling about, young puppet?" asked the fox. "I'm rich," replied Pinocchio, "and my dad will be so pleased with me." At the word rich, the cat looked up. The fox kicked her with his lame leg, and she quickly shut her eyes. "Why not double your money?" suggested the cat. "Or triple it," added the fox. Pinocchio was confused. "How do I do that?" he asked. "Come with us to the field of miracles," replied the cat. Pinocchio pictured himself carrying home bags of gold. "Dad will be thrilled," he cried, and followed his new friends out of town. Just before sunset, they stopped at an inn. The fox and the cat ordered everything on the menu, but Pinocchio was too excited to eat. "Let's sleep here for a while," said the cat, showing Pinocchio to the guest rooms. As soon as Pinocchio's head hit the pillow, he drifted off into a wonderful dream. Everywhere he looked, gold grew on trees. "Wake up!" called a grumpy voice. "Your friends have gone without you, and they haven't paid." Pinocchio rubbed his eyes. It was the innkeeper. Handing him a gold coin, Pinocchio rushed outside. The puppet stumbled blindly in the dark. His only thought was to find the fox and cat. "Foolish puppet," buzzed a faint but familiar voice. "Who said that?" whispered Pinocchio. "I'm the ghost of the cricket. Now take those coins home." "Leave me alone," Pinocchio cried. "I'm going to triple my money at the Field of Miracles." "There's no such place," said the cricket. "This land will only take you to madmen and murderers." "They don't scare me," sniffed Pinocchio. Turning his back on the cricket, he stomped off into the gloom. Slowly, the moon slipped out from behind a cloud and spread a ghostly glow across the land. Ahead, Pinocchio could just make out two figures. They looked like murderers. Quickly, Pinocchio hid. "We can see you, puppet," snored one of the murderers. "Bring us your gold," purred the other. A paw brushed past Pinocchio's cheek, so Pinocchio snapped at it and bit it off. Ow! By kicking, scratching, and biting, Pinocchio managed to escape. He fled through the woods, but the murderer sped after him. Fighting his way through the thick trees, he finally came out into a clearing. Chapter 6 Meeting a Fairy. Up ahead, Pinocchio saw a little cottage. He banged his wooden fist against the door and shouted for help. Poor Pinocchio could still hear the patter of murderers' feet. "Help!" he shouted again. A light went on and the front door swung open. The frightened puppet was invited in by a very polite poodle. "My lady is sleeping," he said, "but do come in. I'll show you to your room." Relieved to escape certain death, Pinocchio followed him. "You may sleep here, Master Pinocchio," said a poodle. "Breakfast will be served at 8. Pinocchio was so pleased to be safe, he didn't stop to wonder how the poodle knew his name. At breakfast, Pinocchio met the lady of the house. She was a silvery fairy who twinkled like starlight. Pinocchio told her about his adventure, from the fire eater and the gold coins and the murderers in the woods. "And where were your coins now?" she asked. "Can I see them?" "No," said Pinocchio quickly, "because I've lost them." As the words left his mouth, his nose grew a little longer. "Where did you lose them?" asked the fairy, smiling. In the woods," lied the puppet. Instantly, his nose doubled in length. "Or maybe I swallowed them," he added. By now, his nose was touching the wall, and the coins were jangling in his pocket. "You're lying," giggled the fairy. "You'll never be a real boy if you don't tell the truth." Pinocchio felt very awkward. He tried to run from the room, but his incredibly long nose got in the way. Soon the fairy stopped laughing and took pity on him. She opened the window and called for 3 woodpeckers. In no time, they had packed Pinocchio's nose back to his original size. A woodpecker whispered something in the fairy's ear. "Good news!" cried the fairy, turning to Pinocchio. "Your father is in these woods looking for you." Pinocchio jumped for joy. "I must go and greet him," he cried. "And give him those coins," added the fairy, pointing to his pocket. With a sheepish scream, Pinocchio raced outside.